All right, let's imagine for a second the year is 2026. If you think you've got a handle on how to use AI right now, well, you might want to think again. The way we interact with these tools has already completely changed, and the whole era of just, asking simple questions, that's already over.
And I'm not kidding. If the main thing you were doing with AI is just getting it to write an email or answer a trivia question, you are missing out on the biggest shift in computing we've seen since the smartphone. So the real question is, what's next?
Well, welcome to the age of the agent. This isn't just a small upgrade. We're talking about a move from a passive tool that you have to poke and prod to a proactive partner that works for you. It's a whole new ballgame, and it's happening as we speak.
So what's the core difference here? It's actually pretty simple. A chatbot is reactive, right? It just sits there and waits for you to tell it what to do. But an AI agent, it's proactive. It actually acts on your behalf. We're talking about AI that can go out and perform complex tasks all by itself, like writing and deploying code, doing deep dive market research, and yeah, even literally moving your mouse to get a job done. Think of them as your 24/7 digital workforce.
Okay, so let's dive into the first major shift, the new creator tools. These are agents that are designed to completely tear down the technical walls that used to stop people from building software or creating incredible video.
Let me just ask you this straight up. Have you ever had a brilliant idea for an app or some software, but you hit a wall because, well, you don't know how to code, and you definitely can't afford a team of developers? That entire problem, it's basically going extinct.
And the solution is this really cool concept called vibe coding. It is, without a doubt, the biggest trend of early 2026, and the name says it all, really. You don't need to write complicated syntax anymore. You just describe the vibe, the look, the feel, the function of the app you want to build.
So, let's look at a real tool called Lovable. The problem it solves is huge. Building a software service app used to be this massive investment of time and cash. Now, the solution is you just type what you want in plain English. For example, you could say, hey, create a to-do list app. I want it to have the dark theme of Spotify, and it needs to sync with my Google Calendar. The AI agent then builds it, shows you a preview, and deploys it for you in seconds. The potential here is absolutely insane. This means you could start a business on Upwork building landing pages or little micro apps at like 10 times the speed of a traditional developer.
And listen, this creative explosion isn't just for software. The exact same revolution is tearing through the world of video creation.
And the change here is just as dramatic. The old way meant you were shelling out a ton of money for stock video, and you were limited to whatever somebody else decided to film. The new way, with agents like Google's Veo or Runway's Gen-3, is practically free. You've got infinite possibilities because you're no longer searching for content, you are creating it. We're talking photorealistic 4K video just by describing a scene.
All right, next up, let's talk about the new thinkers. These are the AI agents that are focused on research, reasoning, and analysis, basically acting as a super powerful extension of your own mind.
And this might sound like a bold statement, but it's true. For anyone doing serious work, the days of opening 10 browser tabs and trying to find a real answer amongst all the ads on Google, those days are fading fast. Now we're using dedicated research agents.
So here's how it works with a tool like Perplexity. You don't just ask a simple question, you give it a complex command. Something like, find the top 5 gaming laptops that came out this month, compare all their specs in a table for me, and find the absolute best price from online retailers. The agent then goes out, reads all the articles, it watches the YouTube reviews, and it comes back not with a list of links, but with a finished, polished report. This kind of thing cuts your research time from hours down to just minutes.
Okay, so that's incredible for public information on the web, but what about all the huge amounts of private data we all have? Project files, company financials, entire code bases. How are we supposed to analyze that?
The answer lies in this number, 2 million. Now, this isn't just some random figure. This represents the token context window of new models like Gemini 3 Pro. Now, in simple terms, think of it as the AI's short-term memory, and it just got a superhero-level upgrade. So what does a 2 million token window actually let you do? Well, you can upload an entire book or a transcript from a 1-hour video and ask super specific questions about it. You can upload your project's entire source code and ask the agent to find the bugs. You can feed it a company's financial report and ask it to highlight the hidden opportunities. What this really means is that corporate-level analysis is now in the hands of a single person, for free.
Now for the final piece of the puzzle, and maybe the most powerful one. So we've got creator agents that can build stuff.
And we've got thinker agents that can do research. The next step is connecting all of them into one seamless, automated system.
And this is where the Orchestrator comes in. The best way to think about it is like the project manager for your team of AI agents. It's the glue that lets your research agent, your writing agent, and your scheduling agent all talk to each other and work together without you having to manually copy and paste anything.
And this isn't just theory, it's incredibly practical. Using a tool like NN, you can build a totally automated workflow. Just imagine this. A new email comes in from a potential client. Step 2, an AI agent reads it and understands what they're asking for. Step 3, it checks your calendar for when you're free and schedules the meeting. And finally, Step 4, it automatically writes and sends a confirmation email back to the client. The entire process is completely hands-off for you.
Okay, let's bring all this home. The single biggest thing to take away from this whole shift to AI agents is that the old barriers to entry, things like technical skill, time, and money, they are just dissolving right before our eyes.
You don't have the technical skills to build that app you've been dreaming about? That excuse is gone. Use an agent like Lovable.
You don't have the time or the budget for high-quality video production? Not a problem anymore. Use an agent like Veo.
You don't have 3 hours to do a deep dive on market research for your next big idea? Guess what? You don't need it. Use an agent like Perplexity.
And this all leads us to the final and most critical point. These tools are here, they're accessible, and they work. Your real competition in 2026 and beyond isn't going to be some faceless AI. It's going to be other people who learned how to use these agents before you did. So the only question left is, are you ready?